Welcome to the Mills Knows Bills podcast. My name is Mills Bender. I'm the founder and CEO of Mills Knows Bills, where we help you, variable income earners, master your money in 90 days. The point of this podcast is to help you make the most of your fluctuating income so you can stop living paycheck to paycheck, pay off your debt twice as fast, and get on track toward reaching both your personal and professional financial goals. Now, as I continue to grow my team here at MKB, you may have some guest hosts from time to time. However, our goal does not change. Whether we're bringing in a guest speaker, having an in-depth conversation about our personal finances, or talking about a topic that is of interest to you, our goal is to help you master your money. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Mills Knows Bills podcast. I'm your host, Mills Bender, and I'm really excited to kick off season 4 with the amazing guest, Paul Childers. He's somebody that I've known for quite a while. And so although I'm excited to answer his question today, I'm really excited for you guys to learn more about what he does as well. So Paul, kick it off. Who are you? Let's learn a little bit about who you are, and then we'll answer your question.
Absolutely. Short of it, my name is Paul Childers. I'm the owner of Blue Sky Biz Solutions. And what we do here is we help business owners, specifically 7-figure blue-collar business owners, access capital that doesn't have to rely on or use their personal credit so that we can protect their assets as they grow and scale.
I love it. And we're going to dive more into that a little bit later because you said some things that might have gone over some people's heads right now. And it's from a perspective of we need to make sure that they understand how important it is. But before we talk about that, what is your burning financial question that I can answer for you today?
My burning financial question is, why is it that business owners tend to fall into the tax trap, which is why always finding ways to avoid paying taxes and not have to show profits on their business? What triggers that in a business owner to think that showing a profit is a negative thing in order for them to not have to pay tax?
I think it's probably a societal thing. We're taught taxes are bad. And yes, of course, we all want to mitigate our tax liability as much as we can. But I think the problem lies where we're not taking advantage of the best tax strategies. As business owners, we often just go for, well, let me write everything off in my business and lower my taxable income on the personal side as much as I can. But the issue with that is then you're shooting yourself in the foot for Social Security and FICA in the future, as well as maybe wanting to get a mortgage, right? If you're saying that you only made $20,000 last year, you're not going to qualify for $1 million home. It's just not going to happen, right? Unless you put a ton of money down. And so what I would encourage every business owner is to work with a tax strategist who's not just going to take your P&L as gospel. They're going to look at it and say, I see you and I understand that you want to lower your tax liability. However, there are more ways to lower that liability than just writing off every expense under the sun. In fact, you can invest in different types of real estate, alternative investments. You can leverage a 401k for your company. There's so many different avenues. And the benefit of that is you are lowering that tax liability, but you're increasing your wealth at the same time. Now, looking at it from a business perspective, it's also great for you to show profits, especially if you're a business owner who wants to sell your business. No one wants to buy a liability. They want to buy an asset. So make sure that you have something that is worth something to someone else to buy, right? And so make sure you have yourself on payroll. Make sure that you're not putting every personal expense on your business. Have some degree of separation so somebody can eventually buy that business, or you can continue to scale it by having profits to then obtain more financing to scale it. It's a whole slew of options, but it really boils down to find other ways to lower your tax liability, because if you always write everything off, you're going to end up doing yourself a disservice on the personal side and the business side. Does that answer your question?
Absolutely.
Is there anything that maybe you wanted to add from your perspective being in business credit?
Yeah. I just love the fact that you hit on the societal stigma of taxes and how everybody in America, just because of the way America was founded, Like, we're so anti-tax, which is okay as long as we're anti-tax in the right direction. But from a lending standpoint and from a business credit standpoint, showing profits in your business is a good thing, because that's what really helps you get access to the actual good money that you can use, that is going to look at your financials and going to go look at your cash flow and going to get you into lower interest rates, better terms, instead of always having to use the constant high interest rate, shorter term loans that people get stuck in.
I agree. And so that actually brings me into a question that I have for you, being in the business credit side. A lot of business owners are aware of the personal credit scoring system, but they're not aware that business credit is even a thing, right? And so why is having a business credit score important, and how does having profit play into that?
Yeah. So my favorite analogy to use on this is, imagine you're a bodybuilder and you just go to the gym for years and you only work out your right side of your body. And then you go and appear in a bodybuilding competition and you can't believe why you get laughed off stage, because your entire left side of your body is just this weak little stick figure. That's essentially what we're working on here with a business. Is the right side of our business is our personal credit and it's our cash. The left side of our business is our business's ability to attain and use funding and financing through different vendor sources, credit cards, and loans to separate yourself out and to get you more access, more flexibility to money that doesn't have to look at you personally, which, when you talk about selling a business, this is a big part of it. Get yourself out of it as an owner, make it run as efficient as it can without your presence. So if you don't have a good business credit score, and the business credit is scored 0 to 100, it's different than personal. You have to be intentional about it. It's not something you can set it and forget it. You have to set it and you have to monitor it and you have to use it. So, there's a lot of misnomers out there, but the most important thing is, in order to be able to really truly leverage business credit to go and get vehicle fleet loans and equipment loans, you have to show profits on your financials. Because when we go back and we look at and they ask for P&Ls and balance sheets and 2 years of tax returns in your business, depending on if we're doing larger capital equipment purchases, if you're not showing profit, you're not going to qualify for those loans without any personal information being involved with that yet.
So, Paul, if there's a business owner that is listening to this conversation right now, and this is the first time they've ever heard of business credit, or maybe they're in a situation that they've been trying to build it, but they don't really know the systems and processes behind it, what's the best way that someone can reach out to you so they can improve their business credit score?
Yeah. So I've got my website at blueskybizpro.com. You can go there and you can see some of the programs that are out there and some examples of how business credit is used. The best way to get a hold of me, though, is on Facebook through social media at Paul Childers, which is my Facebook page. And if you just take 15, 20 minutes and browse my page, you will learn a ton of information as I try to post as much value and educational stuff as I can out there.
I love it. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to educate us all on a little bit more about business credit. If you are a business owner who's looking to obtain cheaper financing so you can continue to scale and grow your business in an efficient way, reach out to Paul, see how you can improve your business credit score, obtain lower interest rates, and continue to scale your business beyond you. Thank you all for taking the time, and we'll catch you next time.